I'm Amanda, and I have the privilege today of teaching my very favorite topic in Demi. I'm going to teach you how to sculpt your nose. So if you have hated your nose and you've been dying to get a rhinoplasty, I'm gonna take it off your plate. I'm gonna show you how to do it with Demi, and all of your hopes and dreams about your nose will come to life. Because guess what? I don't like my nose, but I have learned the secrets to getting the perfect sculpt and the tools and brushes to use to do it. The tricky part is to do this in the camera is a little bit hard, so I will be kind of looking off camera a few times into a mirror so that I can be sure that I line up my strategic placement really well. I have to kind of like look into that mirror to make it really sleek and straight and wow factor. Do you guys know that TikTok song that is, I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna play it right now because this song lives in my head every single time I contour my nose. It just is like, I feel like it's just perfect to it. So, you know, here it is.
Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know?
I mean, am I right?
How would they know?
Am I right? Okay. I promise you though, like, once this is done, nobody will know. I swear it. Like with everything that I'm teaching, we're going to be using the Demi color palette. This is an artist palette. So if you're interested in being an artist, talk to one of us because best job ever. I'm going to be doing the same process that we use when we're looking at our faces to figure out how to do our whole Demi application. So everything I have on is Demi right now. I have my sculpting, my color, my flush, my brightening, covering my melasma, which you guys know I have terrible melasma, and I filter it all out with Demi. That is the only products that I have on my face, nothing else. So what I wanna do is use that same method to look at my nose and to decide exactly what colors I need to use to fix it. So if I'm looking at the front of my nose right here to begin with, I am going to start in that area first, knowing that this whole section here is very yellow. So I want to be using NV in order to filter it out. And NV is neutral violet. Now, where I'm going to go off script for Demi is I'm going to be using the detail hack to put to place my lines and get it going. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because, first of all, I'm just much more skilled with the detail hack. I really struggle with some of the other brushes to get the lines perfectly straight. And in order to make my nose look like a freaking amazing Kardashian nose, I have to have those lines really straight. But I do want to start out, I'm going to be using this brush right here, and I'm going to filter in the sides of my nose a bit to start adding in that bronzed effect. So I'm building color, I'm not layering color. So I'm building it just on strategic areas. So on the sides of my nose right here, I do want a little bit more of a sun-kissed look, and I am still yellow, very yellow actually in this area, almost kind of like, for lack of a better word, like jaundice yellow, like right in here. So I do want to use NV -1. So this is the NV -1, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to just softly tap it onto the side of my nose. And you'll see that just by doing this, I start to build in a really good shape. And so see, this is where I'm going to end up looking down at the mirror so that I make sure I don't look like a total idiot while I'm doing this. Okay, so again, I'm just softly doing, there's no detectable color. You don't see any color. It really took out that yellow and it turned it into what looks more like a really good sun-kissed application. So now I'm gonna go back to the detail hack like I was talking about. I'm going to put NV on the detail hack brush. Now don't be afraid to use the other Demi brushes if they work good for you. I just find that I need to have this side of the brush and the shape of this brush in order to do my nose the way that I like it. So I've got NV on it, and I'm gonna look back down in the mirror here. I always start on my left side first, and I'm gonna show you why. So you can see here, the color starts to lay very nicely on the side of my nose there, right? Ooh, I got a little itchy. The brush tickled my nose. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, but you're going to see what happens and why this is so wild. And Demi oftentimes will tell you exactly when something is wrong. It'll just like basically yell at you. So if you can see here, I'm bringing the NV and you can see how it comes all the way down here, right? And just like snatched out my nose. So see that? When it comes all the way down here and just like totally snatches out my nose, right? Well, I can only get the NV to come down about halfway on this side of my nose. And the reason why is because I'm not yellow here anymore. I turn red. And because of that, it just will not stick there. I mean, I could load up the color and probably get it to stick there, but then it would be detectable and you would be able to see that that makeup was there. I know you can see it right now, but I am going to fix all that. Right now, I'm kind of showing the purpose of how I lay this out. So we know that I switch color right here and I need to go into something else. If we know that if I'm red there, then I need to use opposite of the color wheel and I'm going to be using an NG sculpt. I am still going to break the Demi rules a bit and I'm going to use the Morphe 213 brush because I like how I can keep that line very straight and I can make it all work out if I'm using the tools that are just very helpful for my nose shape. So it has a little bit of NG on it and I'm going to get up to the mirror again here and I'm going to bring that line to follow parallel, but remember, I want this to be really, really small in between here. Okay, so I'm just getting that line to be very, very narrow and very close together. So take a look at that. You're going to filter this out. I don't want to say blend because blending is meaning we're like mixing colors together and we're not doing that. We're putting the appropriate color where it needs to go and then I'm going to soften it out. So I'm going to wipe off this brush because I am going to use this brush again for something else, but I am going to switch to, this is a Demi brush. This one's a really good one. And this is one that most people use to do their Demi application. It just works better for a lot of people. Again, I kind of suck at using this one for my nose. I just am so much better with the detail hack. But I'm going to be looking at the tip of my nose and I really want to kind of bring that up and pinch it in a little bit as well. So I'm going to go on the bottom here and I'm going to use the NBG to do this. So I'm going to tap into it and I don't need much, but get back into the mirror here and I'm going to go just a little bit right here. Now, just like my traditional Demi application, I always add color first and then come in and filter out the things that I don't want. Because you can see I have a few little red spots. We're gonna get rid of those. But this is cuteness and it's coming together here. So cute. I wanna kind of look back at my nose and then reevaluate where I want to fix and adjust. But I do have a little bit of color left on my detail hack. So I'm going to take that and just go right on the bridge because I am yellow on this top part here. So this is where I'm going to kind of just tap in that NV right on the top there. Okay, so now after I tap that little bit of NV onto the bridge, you can see we're just like snatching it out and it's looking so good already. I want to get the spot brush and I want to use this teeny tiny spot or teeny tiny side of the brush to take care of those red spots on my nose. Remember we were talking about that? The brightener. I'm going to be using the brightener in order to do this. So I've got just a little bit of green on it and then I'm going to take out those little red spots. I actually might use my palette to be a little bit closer so that I can see them a little bit more because I only need a little bit of amount to get in there and take care of the ones that I don't want to show. I don't want to put color all over my nose because I don't need to. Sometimes I might need a little more than others, but for this, I do not. Okay, and then I have a few broken capillaries around the bottom of my nose here. So So I want to hit those. And this is just the brightener to filter them out in the spots that I have them, because I don't need it everywhere. I'm very blue in this bridge part of my nose, so I want to use 01, which is orange 1, to just kind of brighten that up a bit. Oh, I definitely got too much product on there. That's one of the things, like, if you just like go all in, you can totally get way too much product. And you only need the smallest amounts with Demi. Okay, this is the area where I'm blue. And it's only a couple spots, so I'm just kind of touching the ones to get rid of the blue so that everything looks just like a perfect rhinoplasty. Same brush, I'm going to go into V1, which is Violet 1, just to put a little bit at the very top here, which is the same area where it's, I feel like it's just that like dull yellow. And I want it to brighten up just a little bit more to make all of this look so good. Just a touch of that V1 right there. And I promise this is the very last thing. But this is like the creme de la creme of my nose job. And it is the balm. It's also the balm, but this is actually the balm. Okay, so I'm gonna use this side of my brush and I'm gonna tap it just lightly into the balm. And I'm going to put it just on the tip of my nose. And I'm gonna do a little bit on the bridge right here. You guys, this is like the perfect thing, and it just brings the whole freaking nose job together with Demi. I'm like, you guys, like seriously, is that not the best? If I didn't know, I would think that this whole video was edited and we like, I don't know, worked some sort of photography magic, but you guys saw it right before your eyes. You saw exactly what I did. You saw the formula, the brushes, the Demi product, everything. So this is it. I hope that you enjoyed watching the process of how I accomplish a Demi sculpted nose, and I hope you try this at home and get a Demi edit of your own so that you can have this amazing makeup yourself. But again, I'm Amanda. Thanks so much for watching this with me. I will see you guys again next time.